Hi guys, Tass here. You ever sat back and wondered how you're able to play thousands of Flash games for free? I mean, those developers, they love making games, sure, but they've got to survive. Most of them do it full time. How are they making money? Flash game industry, it's not like every other gaming industry, you know? You don't have to put up any money up front. You go and you play a console game, you gotta go into a store, you gotta go to Walmart, you gotta buy it on Steam, you gotta go to the iTunes App Store for a mobile game. You gotta shell out money up front, but not in Flash games, oh no. So how are developers able to make some money? Well, there are 6 possible ways. Primary license, secondary license, ads, microtransactions, ports, and a portal. Now what are those? Let's break it down. So I said Flash games are not like other sort of games in terms of how they market themselves. No, Flash games thrive on piracy. The goal of a Flash game is to get stolen as many times as possible and uploaded to other sites. Ideally, thousands of them. The games themselves act as ads for other portals. Portal being a website that has Flash game. So space inside of a Flash game is very, very valuable to certain websites. Ideally at the beginning of a game or a static location on the main menu, during the gameplay, or at the end of a game. So the main source of revenue for Flash game developers are what's known as a primary license. Primary license you sell to one website. They give you money and in return you give them a perpetual branding license inside of your game through what's known as a splash screen, those little animated things at the beginning of a game for, hey, play games on such and such a site. Yeah, or more games on a certain site, a walkthrough link, locked content. All of these things are forms of the primary sponsorship. And the goal is to get you to click on those links from another site to get you and send you to their site. These licenses can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, but how are you supposed to get one? Best place to go is a brokerage site for Flash developers and sponsors. Sponsors are the people that are buying the branding license that own their own websites or portals. Its brokerage site is flashgamelicense.com. You can go there, you can put your game up, and all the different portal owners and sponsors will bid on your game, and you can accept the term that you like the most. So now you have your primary license out there. Your game is distributed, it's been stolen, it's on 1,000 different websites. But hey, this other site comes to you and say, we're really large and we don't want to lose our traffic to other sites, so what we'll do is we'll pay you a small amount to get an exclusive license for our own site. It's going to have our own branding in it, not that other primary ones, but people will only be able to play it on our site. It can't distribute out to other websites. Each one of these exclusive licenses generally goes for 10 to 20% of the price of the primary license. These can add up very, very quickly in terms of extra revenue for developers. Third, we have ads. Everyone's seen ads in Flash games. Currently, there are 2 main companies that provide ads, Mochi Media and CPM Star. Ads provide an additional source of revenue for developers as well as potentially for sponsor ownership, but that sort of gets a little confusing. Best way to make money from ads in your games is to have a very large library of games that you've created, and then you get what's known as a long tail in terms of small amounts of revenue from lots of little games, turns into a large amount of revenue from lots of those ads. Generally speaking, you won't get much in terms of ad revenue from 1 or 2 games, unless they're super popular. Fourth, microtransactions. You can also have sort of a freemium model as well. We'll wrap that all into one. Microtransactions is you, the user, pay money directly to the developer for some sort of product inside of the game. Be that lives, special weapons, currency, extra content, whatever it may be. Full version of the game. That would be a freemium. Generally speaking, the response to microtransactions in Flash games is very, very low. People like their games for free and don't want to pay for anything. So don't expect to make much money off of microtransactions in your game. There are of course exceptions such as Bloons Tower Defense 4 and Gemcraft Labyrinth. Good example of a freemium model is VVVVVV. Number 5, ports. A port is taking your Flash game and converting it to another system, such as mobile or Xbox Live. Ports are risky, very high risk, high reward sorts of things. You can also sell the rights to your port to another company. Lots of stuff you can do with ports, but there's also potentially a lot of money to be made with them. But usually speaking, your game needs to be really, really, really popular to be successful in terms of porting. Finally, 6th and last is having your own portal yourself as a developer. You can either self-release or you get your own branding inside of games. So you can drive people to your own website where you showcase your games, possibly other games, whatever you want, and you're driving traffic to your own website and getting ads off the site. I know this all sounds very confusing, and Flash game development is an extremely cutthroat business. There are 50 to 100 new Flash games released every single day, and not all of them are going to make thousands, 10,000s, or more in terms of revenue. Most of them will make practically zero. So, if you can't cut it as a Flash game developer, that's okay. You can always make pizzas.